This room should know I'm here. I should be able to talk to it and should be able to give me an answer verbally. I should ask, where, for example, is a high-speed printer? Or where did I leave my keys? Or where's the book on this subject? And should answer me with speech, with a hologram, with a display, in a very natural way. I should be able to use gestures and touch and even smell and all my senses to interact in a very humanistic way with this technology around us. And once that technology comes out into our physical world and becomes embedded in our walls, in our desks, in our bodies, in our fingernails, in our cars, in our offices, in our homes, it should disappear and become invisible. Whereas electricity, there's a socket in the wall, you plug in, you get electricity. You don't care how it's made, it's not a complicated interface. It's invisible. The internet has yet to evolve to that goal I was hoping for, of being invisible.
What's interesting about the Internet of Things is what you're going to build on top of it for you and for me. I call it the Internet of Me. It is a world where when you walk into a room, the lights dim to your preference level. You may have music that starts up. It may even have complex protocols for how to interact with somebody else's Internet of Me. That's interesting, and the world that will emerge as a result. Eventually you won't even need phones. The environment will be so wired that your experience will be brought to you. Your calls will be brought to you, your advertising, your content, your work, all of it will come with you. That's an Internet of Me. It is going to take a leap of thought, a leap of courage societally for us to accept a generation that's always had an egotistical world. We tell children very often, you have to play with others, you have to share, your worldview isn't unique. But when the world, the objects in it, start to tell them that they're different, that's egotistical. But it will also be a magical world, one where a wave of the hand creates doors moving and objects changing position. But imagine a generation that's never known anything else but that.
I deeply regret the fact that deep critical thinking and imaginative thinking, and creative thinking is lost. In my opinion, computers, and in some sense the internet, are the worst enemy of deep critical thinking. Our youth of today are using machines to basically replace their examination of the things they're observing. They don't understand what they're looking at or what they're hearing or what they're learning. They depend upon the internet to tell them and decipher it. They look at numbers instead of ideas. They fail to understand concepts, and this is a problem.
My hope would be there are still going to be the appeal of deep immersion in something that through the school system we still subject our kids to. We can really try to turn them onto its charms so they become intrinsically self-motivated to pursue it.
Whether we use science or ancient Greek or philosophy, it's those tools that are important. Those are the things that people are going to be able to use in the future. The actual information they learn in school won't be important because it'll be dwarfed by the information that's coming out on the internet every single day.
Historians, I think, will also see an interesting thing. They'll probably call the time around now the digital dark age. It will be very mysterious because a lot of things happened quickly, but the records will all be lost. We don't have the handwritten letters like we have from, the founders of the Constitution and the founding fathers. We have their letters with each other. We can see the sort of background conversation in creating the United States government. We don't have the equivalent for the background conversation in creating the internet because it was all done on email.
There's a playful project called the Wikipedia Emergency Project that if there's ever going to be possibly a world-changing event, a big volcanic eruption, Wikipedia volunteers are supposed to start printing out Wikipedia pages madly and storing the paper in places that their heirs could find it later.